Shondell Rimmer, and I am a vocalist.
Tom Van Cedars, and I play piano. And we both compose music. And for this project, we compose music together.
Your playing style was different than a lot of the players in town, and it just kind of, I thought about it and I went, gee, I haven't done anything with you. And for you, you'd never wrote or worked with a singer on an album, and so it was something that sort of in your career you had talked about this being maybe a good time to try that.
Yeah, I remember writing that tune.
One that I had the flugelhorn.
Yeah, that's right. So you sang the tune that was written for a horn.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really interesting to hear the voice, sing what was an instrumental tune. And I think some of that approach has sort of carried over to this project where we've decided to write for the other instrument, sometimes in unconventional ways.
Yeah.
Part of the project was to push the boundaries.
Yeah.
Right? Was to experiment.
So that's kind of why we decided to start working together.
Yeah. We worked together for long stretches of time. We would get together at least once a week.
Once a week. Yeah.
And have our session where we would brainstorm the music, and we'd work on our own too. But we would come back together and test out the material together.
Yeah.
And I always looked forward to those sessions. They were really fun.
Yeah.
You can come to the table with something, and then have the other person sort of complete it. Which was often what we were doing. We'd come to a practice session with an idea, and then the other person would listen to it and kind of evaluate and be the sounding board, and then say, hey, but how about we try this, or how about we try that? And that's really, I think, how a lot of our tunes have sort of come together. Josh McCann on bass, very fine bass player, and super solid and very sensitive player.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Cooper is playing drums.
Yeah.
And he brings a lot of dynamics to this project. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Jim Head, of course, is an amazing guitar player who has a very unique voice, and we're really thrilled that he could be on this record. Yeah.
We have Paul Johnson producing and doing the co-producing really with us as well, and then doing the engineering here at the audio department.
I think as an engineer, I think his credentials are obviously very solid. But what makes him more than an engineer, I think, is the fact that he is a complete musician at the same time. So he's often making some suggestions as well about the music.
Well, I had one for me that always stood out from the very beginning. Do you know which one?
Stillness.
Yeah, that's totally it. Yeah, I know.
Shadows creeping, walls are bleeding black, quiet now, with eyes wide open, cold and bated breath.
It's a story from a child's perspective of falling asleep at night when the parents walk out of the room, and how everything just shadows come in at you and it just gets really scary and so it's pretty creepy. That song, right from the beginning, I just thought it was so creative how we approached it. It started with Tom writing 8 bars of a chord progression that seemed kind of random and a little sort of out of the jazz realm, and
Random to you.
it felt very random to me. And it's because the melody was really hard to kind of follow through where it was going, like where I thought it would go, where I thought lines would resolve. All of a sudden it's like there's a note, it's like, what the heck? And so it challenged my ear a lot. The melody everything just took on this really kind of creepy kind of context, and so I decided to write the lyrics based upon a free verse style, and it ended up, I was so happy with the lyrics. I loved the way the lyrics, they were so poetic, and I was really proud because I had never written anything so poetic.
One of the most democratic tunes that we've written.
That's a good way to say it.
Don't you think?
Democratic,
yeah. Because we really did, divide and conquer with all the various elements, I think. Yeah, some kind of stand out for me. I think cowboy jazz actually really stands out for me.
Off he rides, not sure of where he'll go or what he will find.
And that was another one where there was kind of a riff that I came up with, and we worked together on the melody, and this was kind of one of those times when I would play it and go, okay, just sing the first thing that comes. Yeah, exactly. Sing what you hear, and then the most natural thing is going to come out.
I hadn't really collaborated to the capacity of which we collaborated on this album, so it was actually, for me, the learning experience was, what was it like to collaborate fully like this? And it was great too, because we would bring ideas like Tom was saying, and then all of a sudden, there was no ego there. There was no, well, this is the way it is, or I have to do it this way, or no, this is my way. And even if I wrote the tune, I was easily able to relinquish things to Tom, because I knew what he would bring would be better than I could sometimes even create. And so even the learning process, that it was okay to share, it was okay to give up, it was okay to negotiate, it was okay to be creative together, to actually make it it was a partnership in the writing, truly was. And that was something that was a great learning experience for me. But it was like there was just no ownership, and I think that's what I learned the most, is that there was so much freedom in collaborating. I never thought that was possible.
Yeah, because then you don't have to own the tune completely yourself. You sort of give up control.
Yeah.
And then it becomes that much more interesting, because hey, this tune could go any direction.
Yeah.
The other person could take this another direction, and we sort of, and it's all based on trust.